In today's video, we're going to be looking at the dietary requirements of the Great Dane breed. Welcome back to the Great Dane channel. If this is your first time here, my name's Charlie and I'm a certified canine leader here at FenrirCanineLeaders.com. This channel is dedicated to helping you learn everything you could possibly want to know about the Great Dane, and then how to become high-level canine leaders that can raise the perfect Great Dane. So if you're a lifelong lover, thinking about getting one, or just started your journey with your new Great Dane, then this is a channel for you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a future Great Dane video. So then, today's video is where we'll be delving into what makes the best food for the Great Dane. So let's get started. Now, I won't be telling you exactly what type of food you should be giving your Great Dane. Instead, I'll be highlighting the key aspects that should be included. You can then make your own mind up on how best to provide that for your Great Dane. Despite its impressive size, a Great Dane doesn't necessarily need mountains of food. You just need to make sure that it's good quality and contains the correct calories for their size and activity level. The structure you want to go for is high protein, moderate fat, low carbs and moderate calories. Great Danes have a fairly slow metabolism. When looking for suitable food for your dog, you want there to be little to no byproducts. So you want to check for real protein sources such as lean muscle, seeds and fish. Dogs are carnivores by nature. You want their food to include animal proteins whenever possible. Essential fats are another key part of their diet, key word being essential. The fats you want to be aware of in your Great Dane's diet is omega-3 and 6. A fish-based diet of either salmon, mackerel or sardines will give your dog an abundance of these fats. But for a less smelly option, pork, beef, hemp and flax seeds are also a good option. As they get older, it may be worth adding extra omega-3 into their diet to keep the ease of movement in their joints, much like humans when they reach a certain age. Now, to the non-essential aspect of their diet, carbs. You want to stay away from starchy carbs, for example, rice or potatoes. These are less digestible and can be high in sugar, and try to include little to no grains to reduce the chance of bloating. Instead, try them with blueberries, apples, carrots and bananas, pumpkin seeds or almonds, to name a few. To keep their carbohydrate intake low, use their favourite option as training treats. Lastly, vitamins and minerals. If you choose a more raw-based diet, a lot of protein, fat and carb sources I've mentioned contain a varied combination of what a Great Dane needs. But if you instead decide on looking for a ready-made kibble or wet foods, I'll tell you the ones to look out for. The vitamins to include are D, E and B1, which can be found in good protein and carbohydrate sources. Don't worry too much about vitamin C. Whilst it's good to include it, dogs are clever enough to manufacture it for themselves. For minerals, you want to look for magnesium, selenium, phosphorus, manganese, sulfur and iodine. Again, these can be found in the aforementioned protein, carb and essential fat sources. Now, this can sound overwhelming. We aim to educate and guide all types of dog owners here at Fenrir. So we recommend to always consult a vet or registered canine nutritionist if you have concerns or queries. We're going to do a brief comparison of the pros and cons of a dry, wet and raw food diet, relating to how well they'd suit a Great Dane. Something to know that may influence your choice is that a Great Dane should be given smaller frequent meals throughout the day and forced to eat slowly using a slow feeder. This is to prevent from suffering a serious condition known as GDV or bloat. Let's start by looking at dry food, arguably the most common way to feed a dog. Dry kibble is usually cheaper per serving, cleaner and also convenient. It has a long shelf life, so you don't have to worry too much about suitable storage. Any airtight container will do the job. It's also commonly a complete food, which tends to mean that it has a higher energy content, but this normally comes in the form of a higher carbohydrate percentage. Now, we've already explored the Great Danes aren't made for a high carb diet. If you choose this type of diet, make sure you check the type of carbs that are listed in the ingredients. Moving on, let's look at wet food. Maybe the biggest pro from a dog's point of view is that it will be more palatable than a dry diet. Whilst a high quality wet food will contain meat products, lower quality wet food may provide meat byproducts, bringing the overall value of the food down. A wet diet also does what it says on the tin. It's hydrating.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the video. I just wanted to quickly let you know, if you didn't know already, I have a completely free course on the principles of canine behaviour. As a canine behaviourist, I've put this together with my years of experience, skill set and knowledge to help you understand all the areas of canine behaviour that are important for you to become a high-level canine leader, and then you can fix your dog's problem behaviours at home, or maybe take the first steps into working with dogs with problem behaviours. So again, if you want to check out that course, it's completely free of charge. The principles of canine behaviour, there'll be a link down in the description box below, and I can't wait to see you over on that course.
It has a higher water content, so a dog that commonly suffers with urinary issues may benefit from the additional fluids. Wet food also tends to be lower in carb content whilst maintaining a high protein content. This is more in keeping with a Great Dane's nutritional requirement. Now, the next bit can cause some controversy: raw diets. In recent times, it seems as though feeding a raw diet has gained some popularity. The benefits of a raw diet are that they are completely unprocessed, feeding a dog almost straight from the source. It'll be incredibly interesting and tasty for your pooch, and it is incredibly adaptable to your dog's needs. You can be sure your Great Dane is getting everything they need, but there are setbacks. It can be a high maintenance way to feed your pooch. It's also a bacteria risk if the food isn't prepared with care. Salmonella is a high risk when handling raw food. In short, a raw diet is high risk, high reward. Let's quickly recap before we finish. Great Danes are fairly sedate dogs for their size, and so they need a moderate calorie, high protein diet with a small amount of good carbs. It's important to stay away from grains to reduce the chance of bloating. It's important that you do your research into what type of diet you choose for your dog. They all have their pros and cons, but if you find yourself stuck on making a decision, it's always best to consult your vet or a certified canine nutritionist. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, make sure you hit that like button and get involved down on the comments section below. And don't forget, if you are new here, to subscribe. We have 2 dedicated Great Dane videos coming here every single week. So, I can't wait to talk to you again on the next episode of the Great Dane channel.